All right, we're about at this point 36 minutes from the launch, and now I'm looking at my page, and this looks off. Awesome. Anyhow, just wanted to walk through a few things here. This site is still undergoing um, items here, but it's good enough to start and get things going here to start the year. There's just a couple of items that I'm not gonna that you won't be able to do at the onset. You won't be able to drop any player. You won't be able to manipulate the IRs. There shouldn't be any IRs anyway. Everybody that was on IR moved up to the moved up to the active roster and not able to drop players. The reason being is one, I want to make sure that the cap penalties are appropriate. Two, also working on making sure so like when a taxi player gets traded from one team to the next, it just automatically will, hey, he was on your taxi squad, automatically pushes that player directly to the taxi. So just a few little things here and there, but I should be able to start rolling those out in the coming days, but just at least to get things started. So most of your activities can be done here from the front office. Um, so you've got your contract view. I think that you guys can click through a bunch of these things, but to really kind of go through it, the contract view is just a high level. Here's what's going on with your contracts. But you can also do actions here. So like this is also like an action view. So anything that you can do with said player, you're going to be able to do from this particular screen by clicking on their name. So Deshaun Watson, I could drop him or I could trade him. I don't have any other options available to him. Kenneth Walker, on the other hand, I have trade and drop. He should have an extension available to him. So there are some little things here and there that I'm still trying to work through, um, and get that all squared away. But yeah, like for example, a taxi player, I should be able to promote from the taxi. I did, like I said, at this point, I've got the taxi shut off and I've got the ad drops shut off, so that should not work for you guys. But what you can do is you can still obviously trade. And then, I mean, the other part of this is that when you go through this, like for example, you can get something like this. We'll ask you to confirm, do you want to do this? And it's going to give you what the cap penalty should be. Like I said, it might be correct. I just haven't validated, haven't gone through it. There's still, like I said, there's still a few little things here and there that are problematic. But so big thing here is the contract view. These are the actions. You can click on the player's name. That will give you the options that are available to them. Um, Cap plan. This is if you guys want to be able to take a look at your players. Um, uh, over the next 3 years. You have the ability to also simulate, if you were to give an extension out. So, for example, if I wanted to give Dallas Goedert a 2 year extension, he would look like this, 7,000, 27, 27, or maybe I only want to just give him a 1 year, 17. So, a little bit of a planning page for you on that side of things. There's no actions that are available. The tag plan here. So the tag plan I have in here a tagged player. This page will allow you to look at the eligible players and make a performance. You have until the deadline, which I am going to put in here, the deadline on all these things because this is all set up for that. So at some particular point, the tag won't be available. So, but as of that moment in time, everything will process. So anyhow, you can go in, you can untag, you can tag up until the deadline. It'll go through. If you have a player if you tag him, he will then go to your roster for whatever that particular salary is, right? So like if I were to go to my team right now, I do not have Kirk Cousins on the team. However, if I wanted to, no, you know what? Let's go with Malik Willis. Okay, could have had him for $1,000. Screwed that one up. Anyhow, let's say I wanted to tag Malik Willis and for 41K. I can go ahead and do so. It's going to go through the process of applying the tag, and at this particular point, at this particular point, he should now be showing up in my contracts on my team. Right? Boom, he's here. He's counting as 41,000. If I were to drop him, look at this, no cap penalty. So, I mean, it's almost all there. I've got in here some other items, right? Like the 3-year non-rookie contracts, the loaded contracts. Um, but yeah, there's a lot that's going on here. You have the ability to filter out certain things like that. I think we're gonna move the cap plan into the contract view and just give that like a and give that its own little button because it doesn't feel like it belongs here. It feels like it could be part of the inside here. That's what I'll do. All right, then buys. I mean, honestly, like buys are. I don't really analyze buys. Maybe that's why I suck. But in any event, the I just built something really quick, just so that way you can see when players have buys. You can show and you have the ability to like focus on certain players. We could probably enhance this as we see fit, but as you can see here, like so, Blake's got 17 like on week 8, and like how does that come about? Basically, he's got here. Uh, there it was working where you could see it, but essentially it's basically saying, hey, you got Puka Nakua out, so like it's not just the number of players, but also their impact, right? So you have the ability to focus in on like heavy impact players. This was just a really temporary item, to be honest with you, but I just to give you guys a buy thing. Um, but there's that, and then there's scoring. So this is the ability to just kind of check out your team, identify different items. It does have here some different stats that you might not be accustomed to seeing. I do have so like how many elite weeks, neutral versus duds, and then you can see the details here on those on every single week, whether the player was started, what was their positional score, the whole 9 yards. You got that in here. Positional rank, week in and week out. This is through the weekly view. You can go back in time. I'll be honest. I haven't done much due diligence on the prior years to make sure that is working 100%. But initial tests looked okay. Nevertheless, and then there's yearly, right? So now you have the ability to kind of go in here and see the details for, I mean, you can, this is only 2023 to 2025, but we could go here. Oh, the reason why it's 2013, that's right, is because it's set right now that the minimum year that we go back to is like I don't know, the earliest player that we have on a roster that has any sort of stats. But in any event, so play around with all this shit, but the key thing here is if you want to know anything here is your contract page, your contract view page is going to give you the ability to do things. You're going to want to be able to do your tag plan. Oh yeah, also from here you should be able to. I don't have any players that can be restructured, but for example, like you can also do the restructuring functionality, and this one was broken. I'm going to see if it's fixed. Yes. All right. Perfect. So it's fixed here. You have the ability to do a restructure here within this particular item. So there's only 2 years left. Obviously, you only need to enter one. It's going to automatically calculate the next version, and you can submit your restructure. Um, but so yes. So use your understand your contract view and then the tag plan. And then the other item is obviously the trades. Uh, the trade functionality should be working as expected, but really comes down to this. You have the ability to trade either your picks. All right, and so like there's no salary for the second round picks because obviously guys can go into those players can go into taxi squad, but you got your rookie picks here. Uh, and then you've got your players all broken out this way. So let's just say Bousquet, because the man. All right, so here's the cool things. This is what we're trying to get to right now. I want Bo Nix, and as part of the deal, Bo Nix, I want Bousquet to give him a 2-year extension. It's gonna go ahead. It's gonna give all the details here in regards to this. Okay. I want Bo Nix to get a 2-year extension at this particular level. It's now been calculated and stored into the into this module at this particular point. No need to like do any sort of typing or anything like that. Everything's squared away. And then he might want Kenneth Walker pre-trade extension, and I'll give him a 1-year deal. And he may want, who else would be a fun one to add? Interesting that I don't see my quarterback. So see, there are some items here that are still kind of not working as expected, but overall, this is working as I would hope. So anyhow, you can go ahead here. You see your trade summary. It's got a reconciliation tab that you can kind of drop down and see all of the details on it. So like your incoming salary, play around. There's some cool little features here. Updates your upcoming seasons. There's that. Okay, here's the other part, right? Trading salaries. So right, you can do your trading salaries. It's gonna tell me right that who the players that I've given up. I'm giving up Tetero, McMillan, and Kenneth Walker. So it's already calculating that the maximum I can give up is $19,000 in regards to the salary. So there's that too, in regards to the trading the salary. And then once it goes through, I don't have to touch anything. That's the best fucking part. And all right, so last thing here. What else was I going to say? Okay. Here's what's going to happen. There's going to 100% be issues with this. I fully acknowledge it. So if something looks off, let me know. But like I'm going to want to put this information in, and let's see here. I've got to update this little bug functionality, but I am going to want to track these items that you guys see. And what it's going to do is you guys can insert in screenshots. It'll take screenshots of whatever issues. I did make a more streamlined, a little bit, like this is too much. So I did clean that up. So I just got to go ahead and refresh that as well. But then that way it'll allow me to track the issues that the site's having. It could be a contract issue. It could be a functionality issue. It could be like a calculation issue. Whatever the case may be. Just let me know, and then that way once we track it, I'll have the ability to kind of go off and do different things. So. That is my story, and I think we're good to go. I'm gonna turn everything, all your functionality is on, as I said. All right, dude, wheels up, gentlemen. I'm fucking pumped. I'm pumped about this year. I'm pumped about where we're at. And yeah, man, it's gonna be fucking badass. It's gonna be fucking badass. All right, peace.